Beware the air. With ozone alerts across the country, the government issues new pollution standards. Just about everywhere, it's a summer rerun, sweltering temperatures with little relief. At a private service, family and friends tonight remember crash victim Lauren Bissett. And the first American network interview with the leader of China's mass spiritual movement.
This is the CBS Evening News with John Roberts.
Good evening. I'm Cheryl Atkinson in for John Roberts. It sounds like a broken record. The summer of '99, already the hottest in many years, continued its torrid ways today. Many cities broke heat records, but add air pollution to that, and the result is unhealthy. We have two reports, beginning with Lee Cowan, who tells us the government chose this hot, steamy day to unveil a new air quality index.
In Washington, D.C., the air was so thick it choked off buildings and swallowed planes. Along the East Coast, the picture was the same. Hazy skies making the air unsightly and unsafe to breathe. It led to health warnings issued all across the country. And today in New York, the vice president announced there would be more to come.
Parents will soon hear on the television or the radio specific warnings when the air is dangerous for those with asthma. And incidentally, it is today right here in New York City.
The new air quality index unveiled today will provide specific new warnings for sensitive groups like those with asthma and other respiratory problems. It will require the same format to be used nationwide and suggest precautions to take for those who suffer the most.
This is going to home in on the people who really face a deadly threat. If they need that information, they ought to have it, and now they will have it.
The new warnings are aimed especially at children. Some 100,000 of them were rushed to emergency rooms last year suffering from respiratory problems. It's a number that's more than doubled just over the last 15 years. At Children's Hospital, doctors see some 20 kids a day and welcome the new warnings.
Heat, pollution, a lot of exercise, getting dehydrated, I think has to have an effect on children, that have asthma.
Today's action is the first time in 23 years the index has been updated. For cities like Los Angeles that have hundreds of bad air days a year, the new system may help some breathe a little easier. Lee Cowan, CBS News, Washington.
If misery loves company, these folks in Dallas have plenty today. A Texas-style heat wave has Americans sweltering and finding creative ways to stay cool under heat advisories in 23 states.
We have a real heat pump that is centered right in the heartland of the nation. And going all around this big heat pump is what we call a ring of fire. The thunderstorms are going all around it, so they keep affecting the same places.
In upstate New York, the blistering sun and high humidity are to blame for 1,000 cases of heat-related illness among the 200,000 people attending Woodstock. And heat's not the only problem.
Every little weather system that tries to push down out of Canada seems to be touching off intense thunderstorms this year.
This home video shows a tornado touching down in South Dakota. In Michigan, winds of nearly 70 miles per hour toppled trees, flipped boats, and ripped the siding off Tiger Stadium. Fierce summer storms have damaged crops in Ohio and put parts of Detroit underwater.
We've seen more and more long periods of hot weather.
And summer in the city can be deadly. In New York, emergency teams are on the lookout for those most at risk.
The populations that are most vulnerable during these extreme heat emergencies are people, number one, with pre-existing respiratory disease, the elderly, the very young.
For now, the dog days continue. Over the next 10 days, the upper Midwest will see temperatures far above normal, as will the Midwest. But in August, they'll lose their bite, cooling down to below normal temps. The next few days will bring severe thunderstorms across the Great Lakes to the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. And while they will lower temperatures, the humidity remains, and they'll do almost nothing to alleviate the drought that's plagued the Northeast. Maggie Cooper, CBS News, New York.
Investigators at Otis Air Force Base on Cape Cod are analyzing wreckage of John Kennedy Jr.'s plane, trucked in from Rhode Island after being unloaded by a Navy salvage ship. Following yesterday's memorial for John and his wife Carolyn, a memorial tonight for the third person on the plane, Carolyn's sister Lauren. CBS's Jeffrey Kaufman is in Greenwich, Connecticut.
Cheryl, Lauren was known as the Kennedy sister-in-law to the world, the other passenger on that fateful plane ride. But Lauren Bissett had her own identity and her own accomplishments. That is what brought people here tonight. Her mother, Anne Marie, and stepfather, Dr. Richard Freeman, joined family, friends, and colleagues for a candlelight memorial, by invitation only.
This is a time for private grief. The family has requested that we keep this dignified and simple and private because ultimately grief needs to be private.
She wasn't a celebrity, but at 34, Lauren Bissett was a rising star in her own world on Wall Street. She worked for Morgan Stanley in Hong Kong, then in New York, where she had just moved into this apartment near her famous little sister. And now she, too, is being remembered by strangers and friends.
Your book, this is when Lauren was a junior, and Carolyn and I were freshmen.
At high school in Greenwich, Connecticut, the three Bissett girls, Carolyn, Lauren, and her twin sister Lisa, were impossible to miss. Beautiful, ambitious, and smart. Lori Chiappetta knew them all.
I think twins sometimes have a little bit of notoriety because there's two. And I think that they were nice girls, and I think that people remember them like that.
Like many who grow up in Greenwich, the Bissetts were children of prosperity and privilege. Today, this community has lost two of its daughters. Local florists have been busy all week delivering messages of sympathy from friends and strangers. This one for tonight's memorial.
I believe it's from one of the Kennedys, a member of the Kennedy family, for Lauren Bissett.
Living here because of the Kennedy presence, security is tight. About 600 people have been invited. Among those speaking will be Lisa Bissett, the only surviving Bissett daughter and Lauren's twin. The service is expected to begin shortly. Cheryl?
Still to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, payback time in Kosovo, a massacre in which Serbs are the victims. Also, Jesse Ventura not in attendance but looming large at the Reform Party convention. And everybody has a story, or in this case, every couple.
When dentures dream, they see the perfect denture cleanser. One with the stain-fighting power of Efferdent and the freshening power of Listerine. Well, little friend, dream no more. It's really here. It's called Efferdent Plus, and it's the only denture cleanser that could make your dream come true. Efferdent Clean and Listerine Fresh. That's Efferdent Plus.
In the beginning, all was darkness and sorrow. And then, one day, come, it is time. The Maytag Dual Cool Refrigerator, where finally the temperatures are just right. Yay, our future looks bright indeed, for this refrigerator actually keeps food fresh.
Wedding season is here, and isn't it nice to know there's one thing that will never let you down? Thompson's Wood Protector. For rain, sun, mildew, it's the most powerful Thompson's yet. You may now protect the deck. Thompson's Wood Protector. It never takes a day off.
You didn't save me any?
It wasn't enough.
Quaker Toasted Oatmeal Squares. You haven't wanted a cereal this badly since you were a kid.
The cycle of deadly violence in Kosovo turned again today against the few Serbs who've stayed on. Tom Fenton tells us the massacre in a wheat field was the bloodiest incident since NATO troops arrived.
Now it's the Serbs of Kosovo who are mourning their victims. These villagers lost 14 of their men last night. They are killing Serbs, he says. How long can it go on? British soldiers who sealed off the scene of the massacre said the Serbs were slaughtered in a horrible and gruesome manner while bringing in the harvest. Their bodies were strewn around the combine, the engine still running long after the bodies were removed. It's another setback for the NATO peace force known as KFOR.
I have said before, and it's a hard truth, it is reality, that KFOR cannot be everywhere all the time.
It's also a hard truth that the tiny minority of Serbs who remain in Kosovo is paying the price for the ethnic cleansing campaign that Serb forces waged against the Albanians of Kosovo earlier this year. The ethnic Albanian fighters that NATO is trying to disarm were quick to deny responsibility for the massacre. We still don't know who did it, he says, but they had nothing to do with the KLA. All this is playing into the hands of Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic, who today blamed NATO and the UN for failing to prevent the killings. NATO says it will do its best to track down the killers, but there's no judicial system or police force in Kosovo. And so far, the UN has sent only a few dozen international police to help the hard-pressed peacekeepers. Tom Fenton, CBS News, London.
President Clinton heads tonight for Morocco to attend King Hassan's funeral tomorrow and meet with other world leaders. Hassan's son was cheered today after being proclaimed Morocco's new king, Mohammed VI. Hassan died yesterday of a heart attack after a reign of 38 years. There's more to come on tonight's CBS Evening News, the man behind the movement that's shaking up the government in Beijing. And Shuttle Commander Eileen Collins talks about her hair-raising inspiration.
All right, kid, here we go. 10-9. What do you got? What do you got? What? Yeah. All right, come on.
What would you do if someone you loved had a heart attack? Did you know it's now been proven that the same Bayer aspirin you have in your bag for muscle aches may actually help stop you from dying if you take it during a heart attack?
Downtown. Lucky shot.
Can your pain reliever do that? Talk to your doctor now.
Next time I'll go easier on you.
Bayer, powerful pain relief and so much more.
My dentures always fit fine. I never thought of them as a problem until I saw the video of my son's wedding. It was then that I decided to try Fixodent.
Because Fixodent adjusts to the unique contours of your dentures and gums, forming a thin, powerful seal for a better hold than you ever thought possible.
It was like a whole new feeling, so snug and secure. For once, I actually forgot that I even wore dentures. So now, I like what I see.
Find out for yourself what it feels like to Fixodent and forget it.
Great meal. Uh-oh, gas pressure. What now? What else? Gas X, with the most powerful medicine for fast relief. Nothing works faster. Hey, want to go for ice cream? Gas X, the power to fight gas fast.
Mamma mia, cheesioso, molto bene, delizioso. Now Pringles, a pizzalicious.
Do you dare to be bare everywhere? Can you expose your toes? Or do you hide them because of embarrassing nail fungus that turns nails' colors, makes them thick or brittle? Well, now you can discover how it's possible to get healthier, more beautiful nails back. By calling this number, you'll receive a free video and learn about effective oral treatments your doctor has. This year, learn how to lose those shoes and love it. Then dare to be bare, because fungus-free nails are a bare necessity.
The PGA Tour's best are back on their home turf and fired up to take a cut at the inaugural John Deere Classic on CBS.
The Reform Party faces a major crossroads tomorrow when delegates to a convention near Detroit pick a new chairman. The choice lies between a backer of Ross Perot and a candidate supported by Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura. Jim Axelrod reports that even though Ventura isn't there, he's still a hit.
It's a coronation of sorts at the third-party convention outside Detroit. One problem, no king actually at the castle.
This is Governor Jesse Ventura. I'm calling from my home in Maple Grove, Minnesota.
The only Reform Party candidate ever elected to a statewide office couldn't make it to his own party's convention. Last night, bad weather kept him grounded. A bad back apparently rules out an appearance the rest of the weekend.
It wasn't really important whether he's here or not. It's what he speaks for us.
But don't mistake popularity for solidarity. This third party has been making much like the other two and finding plenty to fight about. Party chairman, party rules, and the role of Ross Perot, who's been a bit reserved welcoming Ventura to the party he founded.
Well, what political party doesn't have disagreements and tensions? I mean, he's telling me that they're gathering together in the Democratic Party and singing Kumbaya.
I will take a moment now. I want to thank Ross Perot.
By phone, Ventura offered peace to Perot and cut off any talk of drafting the governor for president in 2000.
And I will not seek a higher public office until when and if I finish my term 3.5 years from now.
Of course, the skeptics could not actually see Ventura's face as he said that. The true believers are now left wondering, if not Jesse in 2000, then who? Jim Axelrod, CBS News, Dearborn, Michigan.
The pace aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia eased a bit today after the launch of its primary mission, the Chandra X-ray Observatory, which will look for black holes in space. Eileen Collins, the first woman to command a shuttle mission, said the flight has special meaning for young girls.
You have a dream and you want to reach for the stars, so to speak. You can do it, but it's going to take a lot of hard work.
The crew is conducting a student experiment on insect control and will work on other projects before a scheduled return to Earth Tuesday. Coming up next on the CBS Evening News, the man the Chinese government likes least. And later, everybody has a story. A woman with never a cross word for her husband.
Mosquitoes are attracted to dark clothing? Did you know that a poison ivy rash can appear just 10 minutes after contact? That's why there's Fast Relief, new Cortisone 10 Quick Shot Spray. Nothing goes on faster to soothe and cool insect bites and poison ivy. And among these, it's the only one with the medicine doctors recommend most to stop itch and help heal. Need fast itch relief? Try Cortisone 10 Quick Shot Spray. What are you itching for?
If you're one of the 36 million people who wear dentures, this is big. New 5-Minute Polydent cleans stains, then forms an invisible PolyShield barrier so you feel fresh all day. 5-Minute Polydent with PolyShield.
It's time. Time for your heartburn to kick in because your heartburn relief gave out. It happens 2 or more days a week, even though you've treated it and changed your diet. That frequent, persistent heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease, potentially serious.
It's Prilosec time. Time to see your doctor about prescription Prilosec. Your results may vary, but for many people, Prilosec provides 24 hours of complete heartburn relief with 1 daily dose. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 24 hours of complete heartburn relief is possible. It's Prilosec time.
The Kennedy Legacy with Letitia Baldridge and Arthur Schlesinger, plus a look at tax cuts. Senators Domenici and Breaux and Treasury Secretary Summers face the nation Sunday.
China tonight is continuing its aggressive crackdown on a spiritual movement called Falun Gong, and its stunning number of followers estimated at 70 to 100 million. Its leader, Li Hongzhi, now lives here in the U.S., where Falun Gong is also catching on. Today, he granted CBS News his first U.S. television interview. Falun Gong is a mysterious mixture of martial arts, meditation, and Buddhist teachings to achieve a healthy body and soul. The Chinese government doesn't see it as a religion, but a threat to communist ways. The clash between Falun Gong and the government began last April when 10,000 believers surrounded Communist Party headquarters demanding official status as a religion. This week, the government outlawed the group, and followers say tens of thousands are detained without food or water. The leader, 48-year-old Li Hongzhi, sometimes called Master Li, lives in Queens, New York. On the surface, he's not at all the evil cultist China views him to be.
I have never felt that I am a spiritual leader. I taught Falun Gong for only 3 years, and I have stopped teaching Falun Gong for more than 4 years now.
What separates Falun Gong from a cult?
Falun Gong does not have temples, churches, baptism, all kinds of religious formalities. People will go out to do the exercises every morning for half an hour or 1 hour and go back to work. That's why I say it is not a cult.
What are some of the basic tenets of Falun Gong?
What I'm teaching them to do is that if you really want to practice cultivation well, you have to emphasize the importance of virtue. You have to have a higher standard of morality. That's how you can reach higher realms. For instance, I teach them specifically, when you are hit, do not hit back. When you are sworn at, do not swear back. And when you do anything, you have to think about others first.
The way you describe Falun Gong, it seems so benign. Why do you think the Chinese government sees it as so threatening?
Precisely because it is so good, there is a large number of people who are learning it. The number has stood at over 100 million now. And maybe the biggest reason that the government see it as a threat is such. What is more, among these 100 million people, there are a considerable number of people who are communists. The theory I've been teaching is in conflict, maybe, with the communist ideologies. As far as I'm concerned, if you have a healthy body and you become a good people, become an individual of a higher morality, that will be good to society and that will be good to the government. I myself feel puzzled why the government feels so upset about it.
In light of the current crackdown in China, do you fear for your safety or your family's safety?
I'm really very much concerned about it because my mother and my younger sister are still back in China, and the children of my sister are also in China, and they are being harassed by the police.
Li and his followers have formally asked both the United Nations and the State Department to try to mediate the dispute with the Chinese government. So far, no response to that request.
Problem?
Doctor said my cholesterol is still too high.
What about diet and exercise?
They didn't do enough.
So?
He suggested adding Lipitor.
Lipitor, the #1 prescribed medication for lowering cholesterol. In clinical studies, Lipitor with diet was proven to lower bad cholesterol 39 to 60%, total cholesterol 29 to 45%, triglycerides 19 to 37%.
He said over 4 million people have started taking Lipitor to lower their cholesterol.
Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver disease or possible liver problems, women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant.
There'll be blood tests to check for liver problems.
Tell your doctor about muscle pain or weakness, as these may be signs of serious side effects.
You take Lipitor once a day.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist for more information on Lipitor and call 1-888-LIPITOR.
Well? Lipitor did it. My cholesterol's way down.
Lipitor, the lower numbers you're looking for.
Now, move over to the right.
If you think it looks good.
No, the other way, my right.
Wait till you know it has more standard safety features.
A little more.
And more room for you and your stuff than Ford ZX2.
A little more.
Chevy Cavalier. The more you know, the better it looks.
Perfect.
Genuine Chevrolet.
How was it? Beautiful.
You can drive away in a new Cavalier with your choice of low APR financing or big cash back. See your Chevrolet dealer today.
In the beginning, all was darkness and sorrow. And then, one day, come, it is time. The Maytag Dual Cool Refrigerator, where finally the temperatures are just right. Yay! Our future looks bright indeed, for this refrigerator actually keeps food fresh.
Hundreds of America's finest military combat pilots are quitting. What's going on?
It was difficult. I cleaned out my locker, stripped my name off my mailbox, and packed up and left.
Monday, why they're leaving and how it's putting our entire military readiness at risk. A CBS News exclusive on the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Finally tonight, it's a lesson that bears repeating. The burdens of life are always easier to handle when they are shared. Steve Hartman has an example from a crossroads where everybody has a story.
Zanesville.
My trip to Zanesville, Ohio started out like all the others.
All right.
I stopped at a payphone, picked up the book, and started flipping.
Who's it gonna be this time?
But fate was about to throw me a curveball.
Reverend George Turner.
See, I usually interview whoever answers the phone. which in this instance
Is this George?
would be him.
Wonderful.
But I quickly learned it's darn near impossible to even get a picture of this retired Baptist preacher without getting his wife in the shot, too.
See, partners.
He and Evelyn have been inseparable for 53 years.
He helps me and I help him.
So I decided to make this a story, not about one person, but one marriage, and how incredibly close two people can be.
We have just an old-fashioned double bed. We won't have it any other way.
Why not?
Because we got to be that close together.
For George, it's a matter of practicing what you preach. He's given many a sermon on the sanctity of marriage and has condemned divorce as a plague on the land. By sheer coincidence, we happen to be in town during the one time every 17 years when locusts come out of the ground by the millions to mate and then disappear again into the dirt.
Here's one.
George, being a man of the cloth, I couldn't help but tease him about this.
So you're being overrun by locusts. What'd you do wrong?
My daughters.
Oh, don't say that, Daddy.
Thank you. Their two girls, Faithia and Georgianne, have each been divorced. Twice.
My daily prayer is, Lord, help them to find someone quickly.
His daughters say all they've ever wanted is someone like Dad. Someone to be a constant presence. And not just during the good times.
Hey, there you go, Mother.
But the bad as well.
This may be hard for me to say this. I hope she goes first. Because, Steve, I don't know what she'd do without me.
Now, at first that may sound presumptuous. But Evelyn does things like put the whipped cream in the freezer when she knows they need it today.
Didn't mean to do that.
And calls out for her husband after she sees him leave in the car.
I'm saying, George, where are you? And then it dawns on me. And, you know, then I feel silly. This just feel terrible.
About 2 years ago,
At college.
Evelyn was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
I thought I had it, but I don't.
She tries to keep her memory sharp as possible,
Don't tell me. Let me get it on my own.
but knows the inevitable all too well. 10 years ago, her mother died of Alzheimer's.
And because I love him and the children so much, I don't want them to see it. But if that's what it's to be, well, I know God will give them the strength to see it through because he gave the strength for me to see it through my mother.
And in the end, they say that faith is the secret of their success. They believe if their daughters, if anyone builds a marriage on that foundation, then not even death can break it apart.
She's the one. And only one.
It's not a goodbye, it's a farewell. I'll see you on the other side. Now!
Your next stopping place is Elmore County, Alabama.
Until then, Steve Hartman, CBS News, in Zanesville, Ohio.
And that's the CBS Evening News. Tomorrow on Sunday morning and Face the Nation, the latest on the aftermath of the Kennedy plane crash. I'm Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, New York. Thanks for watching. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online, at keyword CBS News.
John F. Kennedy Jr. He gave so much to so many. What kind of legacy will he leave behind? Join Charles Osgood this Sunday morning.
Experience you can trust. CBS News.